Ah, all right. So you watch my stream? Do I do a stream already? I do.
Wait, let me see. Look on Twitch.
No. On Discord.
Oh yeah, I can see your stream. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So the goal is GM for the season. This is really exciting. Moving up. Um. So what do you think your strengths and weaknesses are right now?
My strengths and weaknesses. Honestly, I low-key feel like I suck at everything. Like I'm climbing, but I feel like I'm not playing at the level that I'm at right now. Like I'm making a lot of mistakes.
Oh.
So I'm kind of just getting clapped by junglers, but then I'm like, I think I'm pretty good at identifying a win con. So even though I'm not individually getting very far ahead, I'm just sitting on a laner who's really far ahead and playing through them.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like I guess I'm not making too many mistakes. I'm just missing like a shit ton of opportunities compared to the enemy jungler. If that makes sense.
Are you playing against similar ranked players or junglers in your games generally? Pretty much
Sort of, yeah.
300. Yeah.
300 sometimes.
Holy shit! This guy hasn't played for fucking 5 years.
Yeah, maybe not the best jungle opponent. Snowball Barrage, challenger player, happens.
Mm. Oh yeah, this guy. Yeah.
Well, not on this account, but
Yeah. I know this guy from League Twitter. Yep. So you'd say recognize Wincon. I wouldn't say. I mean, I don't probably feel like you are playing below your elo. I mean, I've seen you play before, and I'm looking at the opportunities right here. I wouldn't say that you would be playing below your elo. So we can definitely look at that. But I mean, even your opponents, everyone in these games, they still do a lot of mistakes. So like, there's no real guarantee that okay, like this is the level I'm playing at, kind of thing.
yeah,
No
and we'll
guarantee at
see.
like Masters Plus.
This is the highest elo I've ever been, so I think it's just a confidence issue.
You're picking. Yeah, definitely. I think
Yes,
it might
sir.
be a confidence thing, but yep. Also, we will see. By the end of the season, we'll probably arrive to rank you truly deserve, but we'll see what that will be. Um, this okay. So, what do you think about this game right now so far?
Okay, so this game, Akshan versus qiyana mid. qiyana's TP for some reason, but I think mid's going to be a fist fight for sure. Akshan's probably going to get prio. They're going to be fighting all the time. Sejuani's going to go there. I don't think I can match Sejuani in the mid gank, but I definitely want to ping. Top side, Renekton into Kennen. Uh, Renekton probably gets pushed in by the Kennen because you're ancient to melee.
Yep,
Uh,
same as the mid.
Same as the mid, but Renekton does have ignites, so want to make sure that he doesn't get dove, make sure he doesn't take too much damage while he's getting
Awesome.
pushed in. Then bot lane is Ezreal Thresh versus Misfortune Set. Uh, I feel like my bot lane should get prio because double range into range melee, but Misfortune has a lot of wave clear, and Set, if Set can look for something early game like a cheesy engage or something, then maybe not. So
Yep, bot lane is definitely a kill lane for both parties. So that's also something you can look for. And yep, so the one thing about this matchup is, as you said, Kennen is known to get prio. So one thing you could, for example, do here. What do you think about pathing this game?
So I pathed top this game, but I feel like I should have pathed bot. I feel like a lot of junglers end up just pathing bot this season, and I've been trying
Yep.
to avoid matching their pathing. So I thought if I path top, Sejuani paths bot, I can get a cheesy gank on Kennen. If not, I can just full clear. I usually don't really get invaded this patch, and I have mid prio, so
Yep.
I can just full clear and recall. That was my thought process.
Yep. Yep. I mean, I would definitely be expecting top side to be probably gankable by the end of your full class, since it's Kennen versus Renekton. Unless this guy absolutely smurfs on the wave. Uh, but yeah, I would probably start pathing towards top as well here. But yeah, bot is always an option because two lanes or the bot lanes here are kill lanes. So if I was playing a more early game jungler, I would definitely be looking toward ganking, pathing towards bot instead, because again, like it's two players. None of these guys have any mobility, so they're actually really easy to catch once you get sums off or something like that. So even getting sums off of lanes like this, it's really good for you in like
That's true.
3 to 5 minutes into the game. But yep,
That
mid
is
lane is
true.
really good. really good prio. We want to track Sejuani so mid lane doesn't get punished too much because we cannot really counter it. Not that good of a counter gank on evil in early game anyway. But yep, top matchup getting his prio. And yeah, what you said about the top lane is really good. So this guy doesn't have TP, so every time there's actually a threat of him getting dove, we actually want to be there to protect him. If he had TP, especially during the early game, like the 3 to 4 minute dive, the fourth wave or fifth wave dive, I wouldn't care at all. Like I wouldn't care about diving this cannon because again, like I don't get to deny all that gold anyway. So it's
Hmm.
really good we actually recognize that. So the TP versus Ignite on your laners is really important to notice because again, like we have really strong skirmish and 3v3 in the top side of the map at the start of the game because they have 2 TPs and we have 2 Ignites in the solo lanes.
Ignite
That's
is based, bro.
yeah, it is. So here I would say also that we have really strong early skirmish on top side. The solo laners have Ignites.
Yeah, I didn't think about the skirmish, to be honest. Like
Yeah, that's
ignite
something you don't
advantage and
usually think
skirmish.
about when you're playing Evelyn, but that's something you should think about. So when you have this advantage with the summons, again, like as you said, like because this guy doesn't have TP, I want to be there if it's a huge wave crashing and there's a dive threat. So kind of like the same thing. We kind of want to utilize the ignites these guys have. Um, so what do you think about the jungle matchup? So you thought
Um,
Sejuani will gank, look to gank mid, bot?
I think Sejuani will probably look to gank mid. I think it's kind of a cringe matchup, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's fine. I just need to out tempo her and make sure my lanes don't die, and I should be fine.
Yep. I mean, 2v2, it's not that bad. Early game, so again, like when we have these kind of chapters as J4, Rek'Sai, Sejuani, so at the start of the game, they have a really telecraft engaged because they will just use the initial engage on there, and then you can look to flash it. Of course, they can also try to flash or try to like connect the dash, but at the start of the game, you can actually look to counter gank these kind of junglers, Rek'Sai, J4,
Hmm.
Sejuani, because they have such a telecraft and flashable combo. So if your laner is smart enough to actually flash the combo of Sejuani or something like that, which I would start expecting at this level of play, then we can like actually look for the play because then they will be fucked. They will have to flash away. They will have to flash defensively. Again, qiyana doesn't have too big of an early game damage anyway. So if these guys actually miss because this guy flash or akshan flash or Renekton flash, whatever, it's really easy for you to actually win the fight. Of course, he has CC set up on actually all lanes, so it's kind of whatever, but like future reference.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. First strike, qiyana.
Yep.
Easy bamboozle.
Yeah. So basically, this game, we would need to recognize that okay, top is kind of the freebie we have on the map because this guy Sejuani will be ganking bottom mid here.
Yeah, yeah.
Bot matchup, double kill lane. So again, like what I said about the double kill lane is really fucking good if we actually get a flash off. It's really easy to punish that. Getting an early flash. So, for example, if you go for level 4, level 5 gank on bot lane, and then you come back level 6, it's like GG. Like, there's nothing they can do. Because, again, like, they won't be level 6 by the time you hit level 6 as Evelyn. But
Yeah,
we will
that's
probably
true.
talk about that later on. Double kill lane, getting an early flash off is
Wait, quick,
really. Yep.
quick question. If this wasn't a Sejuani, if it was like Graves or Kindred or something, would you still path top here, knowing that I don't get any top prio?
Um, mm, it's kind of difficult. What I would do against an invading jungler Kindred Graves in Italy, I would probably start Leashless and look to place a defensive ward. So basically, you could place the Evelyn ward on the right side of the map, for example, uh,
Yeah.
and then start blue or something like that. Uh, but yeah, like we would again like kind of have to give some respect to the enemy jungler and like think about okay, what will they do? If I was playing Graves in this game, uh, I would definitely look to invade you though on the top side. Yeah. So
So I mean, maybe I do something like red instead blue gromp, and then verse
yeah,
clear,
we could
like
do a
start
reverse
leashless.
clear. Yeah. maybe something like that. Yeah, because
But I'd have to like,
there's no
yeah,
clear wave winners except for mid for you and Kennen for the enemy. Um, but yeah, I mean, maybe I couldn't invade here because you have double ignite solo laners here.
I guess Renekton could leave his wave top, become 2 grub pretty fast through,
Yeah,
and then Akshan would have prio. I don't know. It's kind of hard to think about, but yeah, I guess I'd have to adapt
yeah.
somehow.
Maybe next patch I think invaders will become more relevant again because they will actually remove the
Yeah, that's why I
debuff.
asked. I
Yeah.
know it's gonna be
So
cringe next
yeah,
match.
so maybe Kindred and Christ will actually start invading more at the start of the game. So then we have to kind of like resort back to the old uh, old reverse clear tactics.
Yes, sir.
So, but what matchup? Getting a little flash off is really important on this lane. But yeah, I mean, actually, now when I think about it, I probably wouldn't be able to invade you at anyway, because Kennen TP doesn't really help even if he has massive prio and gets to tie this guy down. But the akshan will probably come, and qiyana should be under the wave. So we actually miss mid move, and we have the top move with Kennen. With yeah, we probably wouldn't win it.
I see.
If I
But
was
if
playing
the lanes are
Graves,
swapped and you had the auction mid,
yeah,
then
then
you'd probably
definitely I would
invade.
invade you anywhere. But yeah, if I was playing Graves, if I was playing Kindred, maybe I could look to invade. But again, like it's kind of iffy. If you have a ward, you can kind of play time for your Renekton to actually be able to move there. Then it's like GG because again you have the ignite advantage. So if you actually have the Evelyn ward or you see the Kindred, you see the Graves, you can just play time until Renekton clears the wave and is able to move.
Yeah,
Then
and
it's
then
just
we win.
winning the
And then, like you said,
3v3.
we win the top
Yeah,
sides.
yeah,
We
yeah.
win the top side
Yep,
skirmish. So.
exactly. So you win the 3v3. But yeah, just maybe go back to the Evelyn ward if you have dropped it already. Getting kind of into the sense of security this season, not this patch, not this season, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Really easy to punish. Yep. All right, so let's get into the game. But yep, I
All
generally
right.
agree with your pathing here. Uh, I mean, generally, yeah, you don't want to bat into no prio, but then again, like it's a Giovanni, he's probably not gonna punish us too hard.
There we go for the good old. I love doing this with the hook champions. I just go into the
Yep.
top bush
So this is actually really good that your top laner, I think, got Oracle here. Wow,
with that hook. Giga
that's
chat
crazy.
thresh.
Who's the one with the? So Renekton actually started with the hook. So every time you go for this, you start with Oracle. So even especially if you're what I do always is when I'm going for this invade, so I'm picking these invades, I always check who actually starts with Oracle. If someone starts with Oracle and I want to place that board, I wouldn't worry about it. But again, like uh, every time I go for this invade, just get Oracle. So you end up not wasting so much time um, if you get spotted on the board.
Yeah, that's a good point. I always just coin flip it because I like having my word. Because
Yeah,
usually I have to place my word for invade or something like that.
yeah,
So I'm like, fuck. Yeah, that's fair.
yeah. Usually support start buying it level 1 actually. It's actually insane this top liner did this game, but yeah. Usually support start buying it level 1 if you're going for this invade.
Yeah, I could probably ping my support to get the sweeper if I want to go for it.
Yeah, so basically if you walk to the tri-brush and you get seen, and the enemy team has Sion or something, for example, that's like already a recipe for disaster, and then we just lose the game at 1 minute kind of thing because we face check in the 5 people with full Sion Q kind of thing. So again, like yeah, it just gives you so much security having that information.
Yeah, that's true. I've definitely done that. Walked into a silence
Yeah,
by through my whole team.
yeah, I've done that a few times as well. Because there's so much information. Okay. Yep. Team Flash? No, he didn't. Okay.
I didn't.
So we do place the Evelyn ward. Wait, let me see the ward placement. Why doesn't my... Oh my god.
What do you think about that word?
What do you think about this ward?
Maybe not so good. I guess I kind of autopilot that word every game, but
So do you always place it there?
I always place it there because it covers pit entrance. So if people try to jump over the pits, I can see them,
Yeah,
as well as come through river towards the top entrance of my blue buff.
yeah. The one thing it doesn't
But
cover though is like this entire pathing here. Like it doesn't cover this at all. So when you leave here, they can just directly walk from Raptors to your Plascon and you won't see it. So I would usually kind of place this ward kind of a bit above Tribrush, I mean Pixel Brush instead. So we actually see the entrance to this brush as well from like straight line. Of course they can still like do kind of like fog pathing from all the way here, but that's not realistic. Of course what they always do is they either jump the pit or just walk down from Raptors through Pixel, and that's kind of got a bit. So if you want to
I
see
see
both, you kind of have to. You can mess around with practice tool, but it's kind of a bit above a Pixel brush there.
a bit above pixel brush to get like
Yeah.
most of the coverage on both
Yep.
entrances.
Yeah. Exactly. Because
All
now,
right, all
yeah.
right.
So basically, what this avoids later on in the game is if they actually look to gank top here through the pit. So Tyranny queues over here and hacks the wall and walks here. So then it will show. But again, like it's not an anti-invade ward. It's kind of like an anti top lane gank ward.
Maybe I should have placed it closer to the raptor wall then to cover the yeah, I know like closer to the sorry,
Yep.
closer to the pixel bush like you said, because then I would have covered the mid gank as well. Hopefully,
Yep. Just get a leash.
yeah. I think he leashed pot.
My backward fucking what is this? Key doesn't work. Arrow key. Okay. Uh, so yeah, one really important thing here we are definitely missing is that always when you clearly recamp, I know you're a fucking Eve one trick. You have this Shepard master to the last bit, so we should be able to see what's going on in bot lane. These guys going on top of each other here, like that's a really good
Yeah,
indication to start looking at the lane.
yeah, that's true. I mean, maybe there's universe here where I can go level 3 into bot if they're
Yeah, but even if it's like really unlikely, you still want to check. For example, they get really low in the trade, your team wins the trade, and it's like they have a really bad wave state, for example, something like that. Sejuani might look for 3 camp gank, and we can actually kill all of them, stuff like that. So again, like information, we still wanted the information, even if we think that we are not able to do much as early game Evelyn.
yeah, that's true.
So it's a really good indication of when people start going on top of each other, or when they start going for like insane chases, like just really like moving through the lane really fast. That's like a good indication to start looking at the lane.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. I never thought about that.
Yeah,
Like
but
I
then
always look at lanes kind of
yeah,
randomly, to be
yeah,
honest.
exactly. So you don't need to actually have like 500 500 APMs just clicking everywhere, gathering all the information. You don't need to be faker, but like what you need to do is you need to realize that okay, there's something going on here. I want to look now.
Gee, oh, but Ellis told me I need to spam my F keys.
Oh my god. Yep, they actually end up flashing there again, like we didn't see. Okay, now we actually check. Yeah. Yep, your team already.
Yeah, I check a little bit. I check after it happens just to feel good about the kill, right?
Yep, exactly. Awesome. Kennen is missing. Okay, he
A little bit
shows.
bad.
Good.
Yeah, I definitely should be looking top as well. I don't think I look at top a single time while I'm doing that clear.
Sichuan dodged the Raptor ward. Insane player. Oh wait, he
So doing
died.
ganked
Jesus
mid and
Christ.
died.
Is this a
My
victory for us,
akshan
by
of the
the way?
beast. It's a victory, but it was really like I fucking almost griefed the whole game like many times. Like I got carried by my laners pretty much.
Okay, so what do we see mid here? This guy wants to dive, obviously. Does he have flash? He's so fast with the tab, I can see. So here, what I would, so here, a few things. I'm not sure if we miss them, but I would need to, we would need to look at Citroen CS here. So we would actually, you'd be able to guess which camp she paths to first, because she dodged this ward and gank mid lane at around 3 minutes. I would probably expect her to, maybe not even have taken Crux here. Or maybe have taken Crux, I mean. So what I would like to do is I would just ward here, kind of hover this dive here, and be able to hover this action here as well while taking the
Akshan.
camp. Yeah, but like I would
Yeah,
just
that's
place the
true.
ward here instead of here because again, like okay, he actually shows from bot side. Jesus Christ. Yep, the idea was good. The horror was good. It's so
Yeah,
annoying. I don't.
I think my word placement. I think my word placement in general could be a lot better.
Yep.
My Renekton was moving down, so I kind of want to bait this a little bit.
Yep. Yep, it's fine. Yeah, so all of a sudden you're going for these bait plays. Even when you're playing with masters to Grandmaster Challenger players, you still want to spam ping then your intention. So that's like a really good habit to just get into. It's a spam ping your intentions.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, not really worth the hover there. Again, like we have to look at the wave state before we decide to hover. Even if the Sejuani does go there, this
Yeah,
Renekton just gets to recall anyway. Or
that's
he's gonna
true.
recall.
It's looking at the lanes properly again.
Yep, Sejuani is definitely playing some Season 13 jungling. That's fine. So this is kind of the danger with what you have with that pathing is even if you do get a few ganks off, okay, he's going bot here. Yep, not much we can do. Yeah, so we can actually just concede
Sadness.
the trakes at the start of the game. Again, like we can just look to get to the level 6. I don't really care about the early trake. Let's see the tab here. Okay, so we mid is hard winning. Top is pretty much chill. Sejuani is doing Sejuani things. Oh, my bot is actually hard winning as well. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yep, actually we have a
Hmm.
lot of opportunities here. So maybe we could actually look to play for the Drake. Let's see if they actually do it on this push. So goes straight mid. This guy just doesn't want to hit camps, seriously. Yep.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
again,
in my mind, this game should be like super free rate, but that's
yeah,
definitely
okay.
not what happens.
So we see Sejuani there. We see Sejuani in the mid lane. We see her batting down. We know the Raptors coming up. Just instant path to the Raptors.
It's about the Raptors.
Again, like the really important thing at this level of play, what you need to start doing, what you really need to start doing, every time you get information of the enemy jungler, every time you get information of the enemy jungler, uh, look for immediate plays elsewhere. Because like this is what we talk about when we talk about jungle tempo. This guy showing up here, we can just straight up run to the top camp. They will never be able to contest us. So basically, we
That's
have
true.
to recognize where we have the tempo. For example, at this position, at this map, uh, Citroen has tempo on the Drake. We have tempo on his Raptors, top side, top lane, stuff like that. And we would be Citroen obviously has tempo on the mid. Kind of like think of the game like that. Every time you get influence every jungle, look for immediate plays. And in general, like what you want to do. Uh, so every time you have to give something up in league, you want to get something in return, and that's usually by counter jungling, trading plays, trading pressure, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But yeah, like every time, like you have to start really like doubling down and recognizing the tempo advantage you have on the map, especially when you're pushing towards like higher ranks. It doesn't matter if you're playing against fucking 7,000 LP rank 1 jungler, they will never be able to counter gank you on this top side. So that's why tempo is so important, because it doesn't matter how good of a player you're playing against, they will never be able to kind of contest you on that tempo play.
I see, I see. I mean, maybe if they're 7,000 LP, they'd be able to do it, but
Yeah, I mean, what they would do, they would also they would recognize their tempo loss, and they would try to trade the play on the bot side. For example, they would be running towards the bot side, stuff like that. But
so I
yep,
think I just do it a little bit late.
yeah. So here we actually might get collapse here.
Yeah, you'll see that's exactly what happens.
Okay, so yeah,
I wasn't expecting that at all.
yep. I didn't
So
actually
that's just
expect the
a
qiyana
consequence
either.
of
Let's
being
see
late
actually his
on the
pathing.
Raptors.
Yeah, because like again, like the Renekton is now running back. Akshan is in the base. Previously, when I saw when I wanted to invade these Raptors, is when Akshan actually had a huge push here. It could just like freely let you invade this. Like even if it was warded, you could just like cuckold the fucking Sejuani. She would be watching from all the way here when you're taking these Raptors. If it was warded, it doesn't matter because your mid lane had such a strong prio and crashed the wave, level 6, stuff like that. So it's really easy for you to just go there and take the Raptors. That's what I love to do. I
Yeah,
love cuckolding, cuckolding enemy junglers. But yeah. So basically
I'm the one
now
who got
we are like
cuckolded in here.
now this invade is actually being really risky, because again, like I would be expecting Sejuani to be here as well. We have this Sejuani in a long time. We know these camps are up. We know the bot side camps are not up. Sejuani actually saw bot side. But yeah, I was expecting Sejuani to be here as well as the qiyana. But the qiyana actually just solos you.
Yeah, sad.
So he would definitely miss the prior option we had. Also, another thing we could have done is we could have started the camp maybe by the time Renekton, I guess Renekton kind of ditched this, but yeah, we didn't expect this to be warded either, so it's whatever. Yep, pathing is not that not really nothing to talk about the pathing. Again, like the one really important thing when you pathing in the jungle, and especially pathing to invade tech camps, stuff like that, just like hug the walls always. It's like a good rule. Just hug the walls. It's just help you uh, uh, dodge so many more wards. It's not even funny.
Oh, so you mean like when I'm pathing into the raptor pit, I should hug the.
Yeah, like the Baron Pit, for example. Here, you could just be hacking like here, kind of like really tight pathing, especially when you don't have your ult yet. Like we have to play like a normal human. We have to play like a normal jungler before we get the crutches. So what we need to do is we need to just hack walls, like really tight pathing. That's really something important.
That's actually a good point. I'm pretty lazy with my how I walk.
Yeah, so that's definitely something you can focus on in your next few games. It's like focus on tight pathing. So just like try to keep close to walls. Unless of course the skill shot you get a skill shot it, then you don't want to stay next to a wall, of course. But like in terms of like
Dodging
path,
words.
yeah, yeah. And of course it also applies to like how offensively you want to look towards the raptor pit, for example. So if you hug the bot side or the mid side here, you are patting really aggressively to the raptors because the qiyana is now closer to you, collapse you, and you don't actually get vision of the raptor pit unless before you actually be there. So you would only get vision of the raptor camp all the way here instead of the normal here. So it's kind of like also applies to like defensive and offensive pathing. For example, if we are pathing hugging the wall here, that would be defensive pathing. But if we are walking like here, this would be offensive pathing. So that's something you also want to think about.
Okay.
But yeah,
So
definitely
offensive
something.
pathing is like if I wanted to look for pressure on Kiana while I was invading the raptors or something.
Yep, yep, kind of like that. We can probably talk about it later. But yeah, focus on tight pathing
Interesting.
in jungle helps you avoid wards. Fail to utilize the prio and tempo advantage of raptors. So this is really good. We actually got punished for this because this was a kind of a creep play to make this this raptor invade. We should have done that like a minute earlier. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's very bad.
Got punished for invading with no oracle, no laners nearby. And again, like I was expecting Sejuani to be here. I don't know, like we shouldn't be expecting Sejuani to be bot here because again, like she doesn't actually have the bot side camps up even. But yep, it was bot is slow pushing, good. We can maybe utilize the push again, like we have really strong tempo here on the map. But yep, we want level 6 here as soon as possible. But yep, so what we need to recognize here, okay, the bot is actually fighting. Let's see.
Yeah, I was wondering like maybe I needed to be here before my 6 and just come to this play anyway.
Nah, I would always get 6. Fuck it. They actually drop a pink at the middle, that's annoying. But yeah, I would always get 6 here. It just helps you play the game so much more. And like I wasn't expecting the play to happen anyway. It was like really urgent, like okay, I have to fucking be here. Then yeah, you have to go before 6. But again, that wasn't one of those plays. I was just catch the wave here
Yeah, I
because
just thought
Ezreal is kind of
Ezreal
close.
was.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Oh
that's
god,
fair. Fuck Ezreal. What a bitch.
yeah. He could nade to attack. These guys, this akshan is really good. So this is really important thing. So what you need to do always, this is especially important when you go when you play against early game jungles like uh Shaco loves to do this. Nunu loves to do this. They go for bot gank. They immediately just run through river and go for the mid gank if the mid is pushed up. So just like instead of like weeping once like question mark on the river, it's just like spamming the fuck out of this action. Like they don't fucking know. They don't understand how how brain it kind of like ganks people can get off by just like walking down the lanes. So pretty
Yeah,
much always
that's a
like
good point.
when you think about like okay I need to warn this guy of getting ganked, just being on top of them and kind of what I do I would like danger 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 and then danger 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 on top of his head as well on top of the river. So yeah, like this level of ping communication is really like we are expecting fucking so much greatness from my akshan here to understand that okay he's about to get ganked and the situation has tempo on the gank that yeah ping on
I
top
see.
of.
Or you could use the bait ping, right? Just bait ping on top of their head a bunch of times and they back off.
Yep. Yep, that works as well. But yeah, in general, like being on top of teammates when warning about ganks. Even when you're playing with and against high elo players, like still, uh, the laners don't know about the jungle. They just don't know, man. Like it's so ridiculous how free ganks you can get off even in challenger games.
Okay, okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Okay. Again, we see Sejuani on the bot side. Again, I want to have a plan every time I see this guy. And the plan is, again, like all of the top side is up. We would have tempo on the top side. I would, again, like be looking to just trade this Drake and maybe,
And just going.
yeah, just get the farm. So what I probably like to do, how do you think your first actual power spike comes? After 6, of course. Like, do you get it on Proto Belt? Is that when you want to start kind of beefing up? Or
Protobelt, I'm super strong. Yeah, Protobelt, and then when I have Magi's, I like the efficiency of camps isn't as important. Then I just want to like permafist fight when I have Magi's, so I can stack it up.
yeah, true.
But yeah, here I definitely. I mean, I think you make a good point. I feel like I'm never trading anything. Like I'm just kind of going back to my camps when I see her instead of
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
for aggressive play.
Yep, just always look to punish. Always, always. It's really important. Especially when you have this passive, like it's so easy to dodge all the wards. And if you get spotted by pink, you actually see the pink as well, so it's not a big deal. Yep, we don't have time to get there. Maybe we can get the Herald before.
This is actually a problem I have a lot in Evelyn. I feel like when I go to do heralds, when I'm pushing lanes, my laners just get ganked and die. And so I feel like maybe I need to either hover them so they can get like full push out or like gank their lane or something before I go to heralds.
I mean, yeah, that's generally the rule. What you have for all the neutral objectives is what people love to do. They always love to gank the side lane first to kind of like ensure the prio and ensure the numbers advantage. But here, for example, qiyana actually recoils. I think qiyana TP is back. So qiyana TP is back as well. So this is kind of the TP diff here we see in the mid game and start of the game. So bot solo lanes actually TP back to the map, so they have really strong presence here actually. And akshan didn't even get the shuffle wave. So normally akshan would have probably recalled here. Oh, would he? I don't know how long he's been on the map. But yeah, so normally he would come and hover you here, but yeah, he's just created
He's dead.
for a plate or something. Yeah,
So maybe if I went to this herald instantly, like when you told me to, this would be a lot cleaner than kind of like coin flipping it here a little bit.
I don't think this herald call is like bad. It's just like what happened is that they just happened to have double TP here, I think.
I see.
Oh wait, never mind. Kennedy didn't have even TP. She's just like 1.4. But yeah, top line TP. Yeah, but again, like what you could do here is you could again like ping your intentions more. Just spamming. Like you can. What I love to do for objective, I love the all-in ping. The all-in ping is fucking broken for objectives. You can just all-in ping this, and maybe I would be pinging like push push push, all in stuff like that. But yeah, this
I
guy's
need to use the new pings more.
yeah, the all-in ping is fucking broken. So this guy actually just kind of creeps. But again, like he wasn't sure of your intention. I feel like maybe he did get the vote, maybe he did place the zero value. But like again, like just ping out your intention as much as possible.
Intention. Yeah, that's a
Really,
good
really
point.
good, really good. Yep, here we have the old. Yep. So that's good pinging. That's what I like. That's good pinging. Compared to what we had before when Sejuani was looking to gank mid with one question mark in the middle of river, like.
Yes, it's actually a life coaching. I'm improving while we learn.
Yeah. Okay. Can we grab a kill here? Where did the Sejuani go? Oh, Sejuani died.
Super good for us. The akshan just got 30 billion
But
kills.
you are
This
not
was
gonna
kind of
get a
bad for me.
yeah, you're not gonna get a better opportunity to use the Herald.
Yeah, I know. I end up using it but that's because my akshan told me to, not because I thought it was a good idea.
Okay. So again, like the important things to notice here is that it's 11 minutes into the game. We just fucking killed everyone. We just killed everyone. There's 4-player turret. We have Herald. There's not going to be a better opening because again, like you have 3 more minutes to get a better opening to get Herald. Like this is pretty much the perfect opening you have anyway. Like we already have a pushed up wave here. Everyone is kind of dead. So this would be a really good indication. Okay, I want to herald this because again, like I wouldn't really care about the Drake because again, like the qiyana can stop us because now what we need to recognize here, again, like really important for mid game stuff is that when you mid laner goes to this roam and the enemy mid laner stays here, what's gonna happen is that someone is gonna get bound by this mid wave here. Someone is gonna go and take this mid wave and deny this push, and that means that the qiyana will have tempo. So if we go solo this Drake, we would actually probably get collapsed by the qiyana anyway. So again, like. So another really important thing here.
Yeah, Kiana would fist my little Evelyn booty
Yeah.
with her ults.
So basically, every time your liner goes for roam, and when they roam on the roam timer, that means they will lose the prio they will have. Because again, like the wave will bounce back, and now it's pushing back, and now it's going to be under this turret. So again, like someone is going to go there, and someone is going to claim the wave. Again, against prio uh, in this lane because akshan roam timer. So basically, the reason why it's a roam timer is because okay, I'm done with this play. Now I can walk back and claim the wave. But then what that means, this guy now has a roam timer. This is like kind of like a ping pong like between the roam timers in mid lane especially. So mid lane, being aware of the mid lane move is really important.
Yeah, that's true. On the Herald thing, I feel like I tunnel vision really hard on mid tower a lot. Like when I see mid towers below 3 plates, I always feel like I need to use my Herald's mid. And so I think that might be why I was trying to save it here,
I
which
always prefer
is
using
pretty bad.
heralds. First, the first herald and the second herald I always preferred using the sidelines actually because it's so much harder to defend.
Oh, really?
So for example, if he use, I do have epic pen. What is it?
Epic pen.
Is it epic pen? I do.
Yeah, EpiPen is like the thing that you use if you have epilepsy.
Yeah, if you have diabetes or some shit. Yeah, so I'm gonna explain my thought process here. So what I love to do, I even look for tier 2 sideline turrets with first herald a lot. Ba, 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 ba.
Do you accept the agreement? Didn't even read it.
No, I did. I read really fast. Um,
I wonder your challenger.
yeah. Oh my god. What's a good minimap? This is how shit.
Don't they have like the websites you can use, like RiftKit or whatever?
I don't know. This one is good. This one will do. Okay, so the reason why I love doing the bot lane herald is even in mid to late game. So for example, we killed the bot lane here. There's a guy in the mid lane. There's a guy in the mid lane, and there's a jungler somewhere. Jungler is somewhere. So one
Yeah.
more thing also about the jungle placement is I always want to look for the herald play, but the jungler is either on the top side of the map or they are dead. So the reason why I want to go for this play instead is because again, like the mid can rotate, yeah, sure, but like if the jungle rotates as well, he's gonna have to start covering like a lot of distance here, as we can
It's like
see.
kind of cringe, yeah.
Yeah, kind of cringe. And if the top laner comes, like that's even more hyper cringe. Like there's no way this guy's gonna walk down from top to all the way to bot. So this also applies to like a Baron push as well. So what you want to do is you kind of want to pressure a lane where the enemies aren't able to respond because they will start rotating out and they will start to try to catch the play and stop the play. So what I always have to do is I always want to go for the side turrets because they are easier to siege, and especially when we are in a game like this, like we are hard winning the game, like we are winning the game, and we just killed everyone. There's 4 plates. I actually want the 4 plates more than the 2 plates, because again, like
Yeah.
we can get all these plates. Enemy team is fucking dead. We can get all these plates. Your bot should go mid here to cover this push here and stop the qiyana from getting waves. But yeah, we should definitely be recognizing this herald window ourselves here.
Yeah.
We have herald. So again, like if we are in a really hard game, for example, or if we are in a losing game and we have Herald, then I would like to I would like to look for the really like the instant crash, instant destroy turrets. But when we are winning, I want to get all the plays. I want all the plays. I don't care about the first turret. I want all the plays, and then I can take the first turret whenever I want to. You know, kind of stuff like that.
Yeah. So I'm also not thinking about like the gold that I'm getting from the plates.
Yeah, we definitely want the gold here.
This is the gold farming company after all.
Yeah, it is exactly. So yeah, that's what we want to do. Basically, everyone this 4 play turret. We have Herald. So again, like another good indication is that akshan is already here, and akshan is like the strongest member in the team, I think, at this point.
Yeah, and he also
Yeah,
takes towers really fast. It's like
yeah, exactly.
triple wombo combo.
Akshan is already here. What else? He's really strong, of course. I don't think there's anything else. So and the wave is pushed. So again, like the wave is pushed. It's just like all the fucking stars aligned here for you to summon the herald, and you did it. Like it's so sad.
Yeah, just didn't feel like
Push
it.
wave. Akshan is here, the strongest member. Everyone is dead. Like boom, just you can just walk down and summon the herald at the normal time, 3.5 plates, and you just get the entire turret, and you two make like 600 gold. I don't give a shit about the Drake. Again, like we can reset, then we can look for the Drake if we want to. Again, like I don't care. When we are in a winning game, always just prioritize getting as much gold. Like the Drake doesn't give me gold. If I have a really good opportunity to get the Drake, uh, for example, your bot would be mid here or something like that, and they have really strong prio, everyone is dead, then yeah, take the Drake. But again, like we have the perfect opportunity to use the Herald now. And again, like my main philosophy is get as rich as possible, and that's usually done by taking plays, taking turrets, not by taking Drakes.
Yeah, I tend to be pretty poor when I play Evelyn. Like,
Yeah,
I don't. I'm always down gold enemy jungler. That's what I found.
yeah. I mean, that's kind of the play
Maybe
style
I'm
you have
missing opportunity.
as well, because you go Magi's and then it's just like kind of sit in a lane or stuff like that.
Yeah, pedophile gaming. It's the
Yeah. Yeah,
one
so
way to
we
win.
actually end up doing it that way. Yeah,
Can I
this
go
one
for
is really
Drake
messy.
here? What do you think about this Drake play? Maybe it's like kind of unnecessary. Because like
Uh,
if Qiyana and
I think this is fine. So again, like the good reason why, again, like we have mid prior established and the bot prior, of course, because we just summoned Herald. Herald actually got the second charge with the MF on the lane. That's crazy. Yep, this is a free. So again, like this guy shows on the top side of the map. Okay, can we trade something? Maybe we could look to dive this MF, for example, behind this turret and look to get this tier 2, stuff like that. So again, like we have to. So
oh, I
basically,
see.
the reason why I think tempo is so important, because you can get away with fucking hyper aggression. So if you watch someone like Bo, for example, he does this all the time. He's his enemy jungler on the top side, or he knows he's on the top side. He just goes and dives this fucking MF behind the tier 2 at 10 minutes. Like,
Oh
it
shit!
actually
Why did I go
happens.
back to my Krugs? Yeah, that's actually a good
Yeah,
point.
so this is something I actually see in this game a lot. So we just kind of default to the camps a lot. So again, like every time, it's really important. Every time, look to trade pressure and plays. For example, like you even have to look like, okay, you need to know if this play is possible here, but we don't even do that. So again, like we have to be looking for these opportunities, because if we decide to go for the play after we take this crux, then we actually might get countered on the play by Sejuani or someone else.
Yeah, now my action has to recall because I have AIDS, so we don't have a play.
Yep. But how much gold do you need for what is this build? Is
Oh, I
this
bought an M10 by accident.
yeah. How
It's
much do you need? You
eight.
need 865 for
No,
purple.
no, it's like 12 something because I need the ruby. No, I already got the ruby crystal. Yeah, 865. You're right,
Yep.
865. So I can get it now. Saving this guy real quick. But I need to ult here because
Yep.
Kiana's gonna kiss my mom. I want to catch this wave.
Yep. Good. We have to
I know
really be
Kiana
careful. They have a
left.
really strong dive here, yeah. But we actually have good vision here. But for example, if we didn't have all this vision on the bot side of the map, I would be really scared of the Sejuani and Kiana just jumping over the wall and fucking diving you. Like they don't give a fuck. They can just do that.
Yeah, yeah, agree. Also, I don't. I have my mythic, but I don't have my ult. So I thought maybe I just farm these camps and then recall.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about the mythic here. Yep, this is really good. So again, like what we need to think about at this point of the game and this stage of the game, again, like no objective is up, and we still want to play for objectives because we are jungle players. Oh yeah, yeah. Now we actually get punished for looking for plays without the ult,
Yeah,
and we
yeah,
baited the
that's kind of
action
bad.
and die. Let's see, does a team bait us as well?
Oh no, my whole team dies here. It's kind of
Yep.
base.
Okay, so this is kind of game losing stuff. Let's see, what we
So
roll
I
for.
should have just recalled on my grump there.
Uh, yeah. What are you looking for here?
I guess I wasn't expecting Sejuani to be there.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, we see here on the Raptors. To be fair.
I don't think
We
I.
would be
Yeah, I
expecting
guess I
it.
didn't notice that.
Yeah, yeah, maybe we missed it, or maybe we
Or
expected it
maybe I
too much.
did. Why am I picking? Don't. Maybe I didn't expect her to be here this fast. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a really bad play.
Yep. I mean, so what I would like to do at this point of the game, uh, no, just this up. Just like again, like focus on getting gold. So this is a really good way to start like kind of amping up your CS per minute and your call per minute as a jungler. Is like kind of getting rid of all this. Like this is basically all you. What you what happened here is all you
Yeah.
because you started hovering this guy. So like to minimize this, we just want to focus on the gold per minute. We just want to get the camp start. We just want to get some money, and we want to wait for the objective to spawn. And again, like we want to always play. We want to always play on like our strongest. So again, like we don't have ult, we don't have mythic yet. Again, like I don't want to fight. I only want to fight if it's like insanely fucking unfair fight for us. Like it's really hard for the enemy team to win. That's the only time when I would be looking forward to fighting at this point of the game or in this map state.
Yeah,
So
and
basically,
this
kind of
is
the general idea here. Uh, always look for the unfair fight. So again, like now we actually end up being on the wrong side of the unfair fight. You know.
yeah,
All
yeah.
four members
It
collapsing
looks a
here.
little
We
bit
don't have ult. We don't have item.
unfair.
Like shit. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But yep, like a good way to eliminate all this is just like danger ping, danger ping, danger ping, and just like leave the area. Go buy a mythic. Go get some camps. Stuff like that. We have
Yeah,
really good pings here actually. The enemy team has really good pings. That
yeah.
never happens
They
to me.
they're able to get full control here because
Yep.
of what I did.
Yep. But again, like our team is dead. This is again another downtime in the game. Uh, so what are you thinking now?
That's I think what I realized a little bit late is like, we're really bad 5v5 versus their comp, so I just want to be looking to get side lane picks with my Renekton or my akshan.
Uh-huh.
It's probably
Yep.
what I want to do.
Yeah. Renekton is a really strong side laner now. Another thing here is that kennen actually doesn't have flash here. Does he actually get the solo kill? Awesome.
This is what I said. My laners are just better. That's why
Yep.
I'm winning this game.
So again, I wouldn't. Oh my god, that's a nasty Q on NA as well. Jesus Christ, NA is evolving.
Sad he got healed, so
Yeah.
wasn't able
So
to pick up
one thing
the trade.
I don't want to chase here. We haven't seen qiyana in a long time. Okay, now we see qiyana on the top side. Now we can get kind of a green light here to execute on this play.
Mhm.
Since we have
Red light, green light.
yeah, red light, green light. Yeah, exactly. Okay, really good, really good, awesome.
I just wanted the crab, bro. I didn't even want to fight. It's like my third
Yeah.
time trying to take the crab, but
Fight
they
just
just don't
happened to
let
be
me.
here. Yeah. So we reached for Drake. Awesome. So again, someone has to go top side
Magi's.
here. Match eyes, we have ult in 40 seconds. Like, at this point, what I want to do is always want to ping out the ult. So what I would like to do here is I would probably go to hover this mid play, for example, just make sure we get this mid prio. And just kind of wait for the ult. Because again, like, if they try to contest this, because the enemy team is kind of signaling, okay, we want to contest. They have ADC and mid on the mid side. And we have no one responding to the top wave here. So they actually will kind of probably look to contest this strike here. So yeah.
So you think going through bot side was kind of bad here? I should have gone through mid.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So what you generally what you want to do is you want to walk through mid because again, like the mid wave control is so fucking important for the objectives. Um, so in general, at this point of the game, when you're looking to get the objectives, the mid push is always more important than side push.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I need to hover my Ezreal there so he doesn't get fisted by kennen and qiyana.
Yep, exactly. So what the enemy wants to do, since they are all mid anyway, because again, like the mid wave control, they want it as well. They want it as hard as you. So if you have a guy all the way pushing up to the tier 2, like getting that really good control, they want to try to pick him. So yeah, that's why we would have wanted to kind of like hover the Ezreal there. Instead of just like run to bot side to trade. Running to bot side is also like kind of weird. So again, like what we could look for here, we could look for we could look to make this play here. Or again, like what we could do is we could absolutely concede this Herald. Since again we expected the enemy to be there, rank does have TP, and we can just go here and dive the one guy
Yeah,
who comes in the
fuck.
mid.
Why
This
don't I
dude.
go back to my camps, man? I have AIDS.
Oh yeah,
With my ult up and everything.
yeah. So here, yeah, we don't want to go walk in there. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Rington doesn't have TP.
We have qiyana and kennen. That's like
Yeah,
the worst possible
yeah,
thing we can
exactly.
do.
We have zero vision. Can't walk up to objective. Rington no TP, and the enemy has really good fucking comp. In the fog fight.
Yeah.
Enemy has a really good fog comp. So yeah, what we could look again, like what laners have to do. They don't want to give free gold. So again, I would probably look to just like concede. We can look to concede. Look to concede Herald, dive bot tier 2 because someone will always come for this wave. Let's see if someone actually does. Maybe he just gets it for free. But yeah, like just danger, danger, danger. Yeah, this is really good. We are pinging. Okay, push the turrets. And again, like what we will do is yeah,
Oh,
just go.
kennen would be dead.
Yeah, Kennen would be dead
We would
here. He
have
doesn't
tier
have flash
two.
either. And then we can look to utilize that to kind of like get get the tier 2 down. We actually get the tier 2 anyway. Uh, and then we can kind of take the numbers towards the top side because again, like we still have the insane push on the top side, bot side of the map. The cannon will just go back there when he resets or when he respawns. So again, like we actually tie him down to the bot side for a really long time by going for the kill there, and then we can look to transfer that into vision on the top side of the map. Awesome. Yeah, but now we can go for the Herald. And we didn't even take the Herald. She's crashed that Griffin. Peace Griffin.
There,
Holy.
dude. This is not US. This is NA, bro.
No, you Westerns, they piss grief as well. It's no different. But yeah, that's weird. Because they were so positioned to take the Herald as well. Like,
I thought they took Herald for sure.
uh,
Yeah.
yep. So what I'll have to do with this Herald again, I want to maximize my gold. What's the most objective? What's the most gold given objective? Is gonna be the top tier 2. So maybe
Is
we can
that
look.
true?
Yeah, it gives 600 gold. Like if you take it solo, I mean, obviously Baron gives you way more gold as a team because it gives 300 to each. But this side lane tier 2 turret gives you 600 gold, and the tier 2 and mid only gives 300, and the tier 1 turret
Oh,
give
what?
300 as well.
I didn't know that.
Yep. So that's always how I love to use my second herald. And again, like what we talked about earlier with the herald usage, is that again like the side lanes are just so much easier to siege. And when we start sieging, when we start summoning herald on bot side, on the side lane, people from mid start rotating, and then we can hit the mid turret. Because like the mid turret is the hardest to siege. That's correct. But the way we can make it easier to siege is by actually sieging the side lane first. So that's
It's
something we
actually
like to do as well.
insanely big brain. Because my thought was always like, oh, mid is hard to siege, so I should always use my herald for mid, so that we
Yeah.
can like break the tower easier. Which is like, I guess not the best way to
I mean,
think
it's
about it.
true, but again, like the way you have to think about it is okay. How easy it is for the enemy team to actually defend this play? How easy it is for them to deny this play? They can just 5-man stack mid, and they then maybe have like
Yeah.
idled or whatever. Like it's so easy to
Uh,
rotate from side lanes to mid, but it's not easy to rotate from side lane to side lane, for example. So only the mid people will
I,
start rotating, and then it's just like kind of create this a lot of fucking pressure here on the map. That's also how we use Baron. We can probably talk about Baron macro here in a bit.
yeah, it's pretty cringe. I agree.
Yep. Again, really good. We have all the objective under control on the mid. Is that showing up? Really good cannon stop side. Oi, Ezreal. Oi, oi, oi. Good flash. Maybe a bit excited there.
And look, qiyana fists my entire family here. This
Yeah.
felt like a bad play, but I don't understand why it was a bad play.
I guess we kind of
Maybe
want
just
to kill this
misexecuted.
guy. I mean, this guy just dashes into 3 people. He's dead. I think that's what we need to realize here. Again, we don't have TP on the Renekton here.
I guess I didn't need to ult there, did I?
I think the ult is good. I don't think we're gonna get a really, really good ult here anyway. But yeah. I'm surprised it took qiyana so long to get here. The qiyana is really griefing. Or the enemy team is griefing.
She was dead, I think, which is why she
Oh,
respawned and came through mid. I wasn't thinking about her death timer.
yeah.
Yeah, she's dead there.
So what we can do here instead of starting Baron, so this is what you see a lot happening in pro play. When you have these waves pushed up, what they do is they kind of like get control of the vision, and then they kind of start the Baron dance. You probably heard the term before, the Baron dance. So people just like fight over the mid push and the kind of the vision control here. So again, like what we like to do is we still want to trap people. Even if you get set or Sejuani, you are 12 stack, 12 Magi stack Evelyn with W fully charged. Like you're gonna kill someone who face checks you. It doesn't matter who it is. You're gonna kill them. So again, like
Yeah.
we can look for the face check instead of like rushing the Baron here.
So you're
But
saying like get
yes, go on.
control of the topside jungle and then look for a pick.
Yeah, like that's generally the rule. And when you actually get an opportunity to do it, for example, kennen shows bot side here, then we can we can look for the 4v4. Also, one thing we start actually does this. I'm not sure if this actually
It,
automatically or instantly disables when you pink it. With the record, it actually shows a bit more time. I'm not sure if the enemy team saw you starting taking this, but
I
yeah,
think they
like
did because there's like a second delay
yeah,
before it had the X mark. So
yeah. Another big red flag here is that we actually don't see the cannon. The cannon is really important because again, like this guy doesn't have TP. Even though qiyana is dead here, getting just TP here on this wave or whatever, like if he has TP, I'm not sure if he has, but I'm not sure if you are sure. So again, like we have to kind of consider the fact. Also,
I'm not sure.
maybe we just need to tank this since we have the damage debuff and we don't have an actual tank here. Yeah, probably the tankiest character in the team right now, besides Renekton, of course.
It's actually a good point. Missing that Q is really bad too.
Yep. Yeah, now we need to leave. Yeah, I mean, this guy just jumps in the tree, but he's not gonna leave. So again, like we don't have ult anymore. We probably missed the TP here, but that's understandable, of course. I wouldn't expect you to team fight and just like look for the TP in the mid lane. But yeah,
I see. So basically, I'm starting the Baron too early,
yeah, we just
not
kind of
getting
started Baron too
sufficient
early. We don't
control.
get the control there, and we don't get the information on the enemy team. So again, like the biggest red flag here for me uh was the fact that kennen wasn't showing. I was really afraid of kennen here, but kennen actually
Kennen
shows
TPing.
here.
I didn't even. Yeah.
Yeah. Genesis TPs here gets 7,000 movement speed. And MF ult, like, it's just GG, bro. Like, you already lose a 3v, 4v3. Like, imagine if kennen was here to ult you all before. So it's like, again, we have to kind of consider. But yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about the play. I think the play was good. But again, like, if he had a tank, it would have worked way better. If he had someone to actually tank. But again, like, uh, this thresh actually isn't a tank.
Yeah.
Thresh isn't a tank.
Useless champion.
Yeah. We need to tank the Baron, because we at least do we get Omnimap? We do get some kind of Omnimap from the bad hit, but we do get the
Yeah.
damage reduction. We do get the damage reduction.
From the smites, right? Or the
Yep.
jungle pets.
This is Drake situation here.
This is Drake, yeah.
Yep, this is really good. This is push out mid. Who cares? Oh no,
Yeah.
it was okay. Oh, I like that. And now we can make it look the clubs. Kennen TP.
This
Really
fight
really careful in this
is
fight.
looking really doomed though, so I'd say we
Yep.
just push mid.
Yep, just go with the mid push. Yep. Good again. Like this is really good. Now we are starting to kind of go for the okay. We have to give something up. I want to get something in return mindset. This is really good. I love this. This is awesome. This is really good macro by you and your team. But this is what we would have wanted to do consistently throughout the game. This is really good. So again, like we have to give up this Drake. Okay, they killed our support. Like it's 4v3. We can do anything. At least we get the enemy nexus. Like stuff like that. No, at least we get the enemy base. So we always have to go for these kind of like hard punishes, big punishes.
Here's
And
where I
again,
griefed it again.
yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
I didn't expect their whole team to be behind. So I thought they
Yeah,
were
this is team
resets.
fight and a half. Yeah. So basically every time we go for this play, we have to realize, okay, they actually took the Drake and now they're coming. Because again, like they want to kind of collapse you here. Yeah, I probably wouldn't actually expect them to all to be here because they have to catch the top wave.
I guess so sad. I thought he was just trying to flank by himself. And then they
Oh,
sent the Avengers, and I was like, "Fuck me."
yeah.
See, I should have just disengaged there, hardcore.
Yep. And like in turn, like ping your team to get the fuck out. Because again, like what we need to do? Okay, we just disrupt the enemy nexus. Basically, I want to our team probably wants to recall. Again, we want to go set up the Herald's
The
Baron
Baron,
and stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah,
Maybe set up the top push here, and again, like wait for the numbers. Because again, like every time we go closer to the enemy team, even if they have the same dead timer as Thresh, if the set is dead, same dead timer as set gets to the fight like way before. So this is also something we have to consider. When we go near the enemy base, the enemies are actually going to be really close to being able to engage them.
yeah. That's a good point.
We actually don't lose Baron here, do we?
I think we do.
Yeah, we do. Okay, it's fine. So yeah, we just added a few minutes into the game. I think we kind of just collectively got fucking clapped there. But again, like we need to ping our attentions. Like we need to. It's like kindergarten in Summoner's Rift, bro. Like you have to just like um, babysit your laners and like tell them what to do and how to play the game. Like true pings. You don't want to actually tell them how to play the game because that'll cost you a lot of LP. But like at least like spam ping a lot. Like just like ping your intentions more. That's what something you can definitely focus on in your next few games.
Do you think we should be pushing top here? I feel like pushing mids doesn't make so much sense.
Uh, so basically, how you get prio on how I like to call it is free prio or like playless prio is at this point of the game. How you can get prio on waves here on the sidelines. You literally just push them over river here, and the push is over. You don't need to go back there. The wave start pushing towards the enemy base here until it
I see.
crashes on the wave, and it's going to be a huge crash. And again, what the huge crash does, okay, someone sees it, and the cannon comes. Ooh, I wanna get this wave, and then you can maybe look for the dive. Maybe you can, whatever. Or if you get like a few kills, or if you get a few picks, you get to utilize that wave, to get the tier 2, for example, or something like that. So so basically, when you have these kind of useless lanes, for example, the top side here, because top side doesn't do anything for us. We care about the mid and we care about the bot, because we for the next objective anyway. But how you want to approach these waves, because waves get neglected a lot in the late to mid game. So how you want to approach this is you just want to push it over the river, and then it's fine. Then you need to go there. Someone has to respond to the wave at some point because it will start pushing out, and it will end up eventually going for the tier 2.
Okay,
So
I
that's kind of
see.
how I approach these neglected lanes at the end of the game, or like late mid to late game, because again, like no one is going there unless they need to go there. So that's kind of also the uh, general rule. You don't need to go to a useless wave unless you have to respond to a threat. And now there's no threat, but if you look at actually, if you just look at the wave here, just look at the top wave. All right. I think we have a really strong top buff here. Actually, that's why the minions are pushing out. So normally this would be uh,
Oh, we have the
the
stupid minion
yeah
buff.
the enemy minions should be uh, pushing towards you, but we actually think we have a really strong minion buff here. So let's go back. But yep, like basically the way you generate this prio is just like push the wave over the river. That's how you create pressure on the lane without actually having to be there. Wait, what went wrong? There was a team fight. When did this start? Yeah.
They got the Baron.
Yep, just kite back.
Not much to do here, I guess.
So if he has super minions, they have Baron, we can kind of play time here. And again, like no TP on the mid, no TP on the bot. Rentus always is going for the split push play. So again, like we need to wait for the split push to become effective before we can do anything. Oh, oh, wait, what?
Qiyana got AIDS, so
But yeah, that's what I mean with the what we want to do with the fog. So even if it's a set who face checks us, we can still kind of blow him up. Of course, we actually didn't, but like if you had like 5 people shooting him from the threshold, he actually just dies there.
Yeah. Also, if I had like more than 0 magi stacks.
Yeah. Good. We don't want to get hit by anything here. Oh! Oh my god.
I'm
This is BMing you. Holy shit. Oh
sorry.
no. Oh. Stop the pots. Okay, so what I would like to do in this kind of situation. So again, we talked about what we talked about a bit before. Again, like I want to maximize my code. Uh, there's no way me as Evelyn is able to really like contest anything here. So even if I, so basically how I think about it, if my team dies here, defending this push, again is. I guess it's kind of can happen. They have a really strong engage here, but again, like I want to kind of get my camps off here because again, like I want more gold. I'm not as strong. It's 25 minutes, and I have one fucking this is the last road. Are you building Shadow Flame, by the way?
No, no. I remember I bought that Amtone by
Oh
accident
yeah,
early game. So
yeah.
I'm
I
building that
remember
back
I
here.
played
But
Evelyn, Evelyn a few months ago, and you said, "Why the fuck did you buy Shadow Flame?"
good shit. Yeah, yeah. It's chill. It's chill. It's
Yeah,
chill.
okay. But yep, I mean this is fine. Obviously, they have a really strong dive here. But like the way,
And here I
uh,
should go to camps.
yeah, yeah, here definitely. But yeah, like what I wanted to think about is like even if my team dies here, what do we lose? And what do you think we lose if my team dies here? Like we do lose it here too, Herald here, but like again, it's not that likely that we are able to impact the play anyway that much because this is gonna be qiyana or Sejuani qiyana ult into MF ult and like your ADC is dead basically. It's kind of
Yeah, I
it.
mean,
There's not much we can do to stop that from happening. So
loser
again, like kind
pride.
of like try to get some gold down, try to get some camps. But yep, Renekton is just like ending the game.
Yeah, and then I go for my camps while my team's pushing, so it feels weird. And yeah, it's definitely bad.
Yep, this is a good moment to hit camps. So again, like it's a really neutral state in the game. There's no objectives up, and again, like I don't want to start blowing my flash, and I don't want to start blowing my ult and sums before we actually are able to get anything with the. Uh, Basically, even if he killed enemy, we are not able to get anything. So again, like you have to think about it for yourself as well. What do I get from killing these guys? So if I use all my sums here on the bot side or on the mid here, what do I get? Okay, we get the Drake, or okay, we get the mid push. Like obviously, mid push is not as important as the Drake at 25 minutes into the game, and you use your ult for the mid push, stuff like that. And then you won't have ult and flash for the actual important team fight. So we kind of have to think about like ult economy in League of Legends as well. But yep,
God, economy extends to more than just gold.
yeah,
It's
it,
crazy.
it does. The cooldowns, whatnot. Okay. So yeah, ranked and recalled. This guy's third creepy. What? What's the track situation? Okay, the track doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Wait, you actually have timer on the inhib? That's so good.
Oh yeah, Professor of the. Yeah, here I
Professor.
told my team to just give this, and we can.
Oh, this helps look so clean. I switched out from Blitz to Euro.gg because Blitz was getting on my fucking nerves. But
Yeah, I used
Euro.gg
to use Blitz
has.
too.
Oh, you do?
I used to,
Yeah,
but it
it's
was
so
it. It
fucking
was I
annoying.
didn't like it. Yeah,
Just pops up perma and like fucking just can't stand it. It crashed my game so many times as well. I was like fucking done with. But yeah, Udo is pretty chill, but the timers are fucking fake. Like they don't work, and the timers are ugly as fuck. Like they're chunky. But yeah, let's think about the game. Yep, again, really good. We recognize, okay, we have to concede something. We want to get something in return. Oh, the pink here.
we just go to dragon because they all show the my
Yep,
laners
they
is
all
so
showed to mid.
bizarre.
Yeah,
Oh, and then I completely piss greased this. Oh, this is so cringe.
yeah. This guy's
So
just
Johnny
making.
comes. So
No way.
I I'll smite it because I don't want him to get it.
Oh
But
no.
I smited him in the face because he was standing on top of the Drake, and then my whole team pinged me, as deserved.
Oh.
But I mean, that's just
So basically what we could do here is we could just pressure the Sejuani. So basically, this guy is showing here. Well, all the like the enemy team was again like literally 4 man on the top side, like literally just now. Like he's walking down here. Like what the fuck is he doing? He needs to die here. And again, if he does die here, that's gonna be so fucking good for you because even if you don't get the Drake, even if you have to give up the Drake, you have to relieve. It doesn't matter because again, like you get to like get all this pressure on the top side and make them face check stuff like that. Because like
Yeah,
this is something a lot of junglers have to do. Like they are so obsessed with the Drake. Like this situation, like this is go for the Drake. Like oh the third Drake, I need to secure it. I need to deny it. And the Baron is up or stuff like that. Like it's so retarded for people to go for this play when the Baron is gonna spawn anyway. So even if you get the Drake, like it's such a like a low value high risk play. But yep, Tien's getting away with it. Whatever. Um. Yep. So now we want to start the Baron dance again. We want to initiate it. So we're looking for mid pick here.
we're the ones who got picked, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh. Oh. Insane. It seems just like rage splitting solo liners that's refused to stop splitting with fucking Nick Knights. Holy shit.
Renekton's a Giga Chad though, so
Okay, 800. I think we're gonna need a void staff next. What do you think?
um,
What are you building? I feel like they're really
I
fucking tanky. I don't know. Might be just me.
maybe I think I bought a Banshee this game. I don't remember.
Oh,
Like this
this
guy has
guy's
AIDS.
Griffin. Oh
Did you see the
no, the
flash?
flash. Yeah. So this is the start. This is the time I like. I hate long games, and I hate that people think that they want long games because even at this level of play, 30 minutes in the game, people are getting so fucking tired of the game. Like they just can't focus anymore. I would never fucking play if the game was like 45 minute meta fucking games. Like it's so bad. Like people just get so tired. They just can't focus anymore. This guy just flashed the wall and he's like grandmaster, bro. Like, it's disgusting. But yep. So this is really good. Again, we want to utilize the pick. We get to get this prio. Awesome. This is really good.
Yeah, take this, and
Yeah,
then
want to recall.
I think we just win the game shortly after this. I get my Banshee. I don't think I need Void because Sejuani is the only one with MR, really. Like MF,
Yeah.
Qiyana, kennen are pretty. And then if I have Banshee, I can tank like some CC.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't played this champ since season 8, so don't take my word for it. I think you know better. Yep. Oh, this guy's third Griffin as well. What? Yep, so this is exactly what I was talking about. This is why we want to establish. This is why we want to make the enemy face check, even if they have tanks or even if like the solid face checkers. Like the only good face checkers
Oh,
in this meta are people with fucking long range skill shot, like Nidalee. That's the only good face checker in this game right now. Like no one else can face check shit. They just get blown up, especially when you're playing even. Like you have so big threat on your W, it's just fucking not even funny.
yeah. So basically, you wanted me to do that at the first Baron,
Yep, I want to do
something
that
like
every
this.
Baron, every objective. I always want to make the enemy face check, and we can make them face check by setting up the vision with the picks we gained before or 1 minute earlier, whatever stuff like that. So again,
That's
we want to
Giga Brain.
utilize we want to utilize all the advantages a team has basically. Like oh stopwatch.
Yeah, kind of played for fun there. Not gonna lie, that was definitely not necessary. But
Oh, I think we get her.
yeah, we just win the game here.
Akshan ends up getting the
Easy peasy. Yeah,
yep yep. They're really good.
big
Uh,
akshan carry.
yeah. Do you have any questions about this game? We actually didn't take any notes of this 21 minutes. It says riot. There wasn't much to say.
There wasn't. Yeah, I think it was just what was it? Just don't have AIDS.
Yeah, it's just pretty much done debates. Uh, the MF pick was really good. I like that. When was it? It was before the Baron.
Yeah, she kind of just
This is
yeah
really
right
good.
there. I mean, I don't know why she's walking up alone, but
Yeah, I mean it's just ADC players and 30-minute game. Like they just get tired, man. Like they just get bored. They're just like, ah, fuck. I have to walk all this way to get minions. Making my way downtown. Patience, plan. Did they get told about the Evelyn? Like, it's just, I don't understand, bro. Yep. So this is really good.
yeah.
And
And then we just do
basically
Baron off it.
what I wanted to do here is now we get to actually utilize the uh so basically our team does it for us, but what I want to do as well is we get all this vision down on the Baron wave. Uh of the Baron, and we get these waves pushed out. And this is basically how we utilize the dead timer. We get all these timers down and stuff like this. So now they have to face check, and every time you have to face check, you're already at a really bad disadvantageous position. For example, we talked about the 70-minute Herald play after the Shrike. That's another situation. Like here, we don't want to fucking go there. Like we will fucking die if we walk into this fog. So this also applies to Baron plays, stuff like that.
Oh
So
yeah, so
that's
they're the ones with the
yeah,
we're
yeah,
the
they're
ones who
the
have to
one.
face check
Yeah, yeah.
and
They're the ones who want to force the face check. They're really good at this. So what you want to do as well, you want to kind of bait the objective, get all this sweep the area, and what you can do. Uh, what was that? So what you can do is you can kind of bait. Okay, we're going for the objective because again, like okay. At this point, you are thinking, they're taking the objective. So what a lot of people do, they fall into the trap. Okay, I want to go contest, and then they are all in the pixel brush, and they just you just space check in the pixel brush, and you die basically. So every time, just look to create as big advantage as you can with the information you have. Like the biggest takeaway from your gameplay here is just focus more on looking for immediate action elsewhere when you see the enemy jungler. Like that's a really good, really important thing here.
yeah, I did I missed that like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, and that's really big, and that's also something which becomes way more important as you start pushing those elite ranks, Grandmaster Challenger. Like, it's really important that you utilize prior, like because that's all the jungling is at the really highest level. It's just like trading prior. It's kind of like how Nathan talks about the moves,
Turns.
Yeah, the turns, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's basically just turns. It's like a back and forth turns, 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 and then you want to always trade. When the enemy makes a turn, you want to make something as well. Like it's kind of like if you think about it from a chess perspective, it's like enemy moves their bishop, and you just don't do anything. You just concede your move. You just don't do anything. Then they take another move. Then it's already like GG. Like they just got 2 moves in the time you did 0 because you didn't actually utilize your turn. So again, like we have to realize that we have the turn, and we have the turn because we have the tempo, kind of thing like that.
I see,
Uh,
I see.
big thing to focus on. Looking for plays. Looking for plays when you see the enemy making one or showing on the map, whatever. Like again, just utilize the tempo. This is a really important one here. Um, and again, like another big thing is that when we do start to concede stuff like this, again, think about the laners, what they want to do. Again, like we want to go dive this guy here, stuff like that.
Yeah, duh, I keep defaulting to going to my camps instead
Yep.
of looking for a play before going to
Yeah.
my
So that's
camp.
another thing we could focus on is that when we have to give something up, always look to get something. Always look to trade something. So again, it can be a kill stuff like that. But again, like this top lane, we kind of have to concede the entirety of the top side because the enemy team is there. Like I wouldn't even want to walk to my camps here because again, like I would get trapped here. I would die there most likely. Stuff like that. Of course, as Evelyn, you can kind of
Yeah,
like get some leeway because you're actually invisible. But if you're playing a normal human champion, you're not able to walk topside here at all to your camp. So again, like we have to recognize that we have to trade pressure. For example, if you watch Bo play a lot, like he does this all the time. Like he goes for hyper aggression when he knows what the enemy jungler is, and that's what you want to do as well. You kind of want to get into the mindset
damn. Then I could be rank 1 like Bo.
for sure. No biggie. No problem for a man
No
like you.
big.
But yeah, so those are like the two main things I would focus on. Yep. Do you have any questions?
No, dude. That was actually really useful. I'm not even gonna lie. That was really useful.
Good.
I I know what I need to work on very clearly. So thank you, sir. It's also way longer than an hour, so I appreciate it.
Mm, yeah, how much will we? Not much. It's like one hour 20 minutes. So yeah, I'm gonna send you these notes right now. Then I'm gonna upload this to YouTube. And what I want to do is I want you to watch it back. Again, like this is the opposite of what Nathan does. Like this is really like 1 hour of like fucking beamlining information. So again, like to make sure something actually sticks, is like watch it back a few times to make sure something actually sticks. But again, like the main things here, I posted at the start of the conversation or the message. Like the big things to focus on: looking for placement, is it then making one, and when you have to give something else, always look to trade something. Those are the two main things I wanted to focus on in future games, in the next few
All
games.
right.
And also another thing about the jungle pathing, we talked about the jungle pathing a bit before. Was it okay? Focus on the tight pathing, especially when you don't have your invisibility yet.
Yeah, yeah, that was a big one. Focus on type pathing so I don't get fisted by qiyana
Yep,
Stefani.
exactly. Yep. But yep, that's pretty much all. Thank you for bringing the review. Always love Love reviewing high-level players. That's pretty much it.